For when it comes to neurodiversity, you see, somebody's missing their favourite person, but they don't want people to know about it. Am I going to read on this energy? Apparently my intuition says yes, because other people have experienced this. Sometimes adults will find that when they are drawn to other people, you see, it will bring out the inner teenager who will try and pull the pigtails, or, tap them on the shoulder, or be mean. Yeah, apparently some people do this because that's just, it's just part of how they operate in certain ways, okay? Doesn't make them all bad people at the end of the day. And if it's not asked for and it's not consented to, that's not okay. This is why it's important that people be goddamn adults and use your words, okay? Ancestor Spain is significant, apparently. Ancestor Spirit Guide state, as you see, I'm going to ring the bell one moment so that I can draw in the right kind of energy. Somebody in the collective is tipsy. A couple of people. Okay. They're fine though. And they're in a good company, okay? As for me, I'm very careful with substances these days. Selective engagement can do a lot, okay? Six of Stones Healing is the first card that flipped out, okay? And then the Stoic Wisdom, okay? And sometimes when it comes to active healing, alright? Healing of a spiritual nature means that sometimes you work with older tools in order to make sure that you figure everything out so you can be conscious when you use certain things else, okay? It's all about making sure that your weapons are formed in the best kind of way. For when it means that no weapons will be formed against me on multiple paths, you see, sometimes it's a matter of having the right type of defenses in order to protect your peace. Some of my readings have been quite difficult recently, okay? And I know that there's not been any views on my account, and that's okay. I'm not doing it for certain reasons at the end of the day. I am okay with the energetic alignment of what happens when I do my work, okay? Empowerment in reverse. Yeah. What do you want me to say? Damned if you do, damned if you don't at the end of the day. Pouring purpose into creativity when other people try to block you from doing so in any capacity doesn't make you a bad person at the end of the day. Art is for creating, and it doesn't mean that it has to be monetized, okay? Art and creation is valid in each and every way. And other people who try to make you feel that it's not alright, that's their problem. Sorry, this is emotional, okay? It's hard when people try to block other people from having success in any way. And I certainly don't like crying in a public capacity, okay? And because I mentioned other people were tipsy, alright, I've only had one beer, and that's my lot at the moment, okay? But yeah, people who try and disempower other people in order to be controlling, okay? Make it make sense at the end of the day. It's not okay. The journey in reverse and round in the upright, you see. Sometimes journeys don't turn out the way they were initially supposed to be. And that's because other people have a hefty ego, alright? And other people try to put people into certain situations that were absolutely not right. And other people had forced other people to be the fuel to other people's fights. Because they took advantage of people and it wasn't right. Page of Arrows out next, you see. Anybody who's seen some of my content on TikTok in the last year, you'll know that's happened to people I care about and me. I own all of it. My flaws, my jaws, and the fact that, you know, I'm not a perfect human, okay? I'm not. And anybody who tries to do this holier than thou mentality is a bullshit artist at the end of the day. And some of them are quite sneaky, okay? I think it's really hard, alright? That when people aren't kind with others, you see. And some people try to take advantage of other people indefinitely. It has a long-term ramification, okay? The fact that I'm building a nefarious deck and having to see the dark side of the way people do energetic works just shows how low some people went, okay? 10 of Stones, home in reverse, okay? This started off with somebody missing somebody else and not feeling empowered, okay? Yeah, I'm going to stop reading this energy, okay? Ace of Stones, the foundation of life out next, you see. Anybody who tries to block you indefinitely from being able to make decisions or doing what you need in order to protect yourself and have forward motion, okay? Were they ever an ally at the end of the day? Somebody has a hefty price of the soul that they're going to have to pay. But you know, these people thought that they would be able to get away with it in many ways. Because what's one person at the end of the day? You'd be surprised. Sometimes deity will send the perfect person to be the support you need. But then people will distrust them and treat them badly for their greed. And then there's people who will struggle through those situations and do what's good for you. And then you will prioritize other people because of the wounds that you never respected and paid attention to. Spiritual work's not easy, okay? And some of us who do the deep, dark, hard work, we won't sugarcoat it, okay? If you want the light, fluffy kind, alright. A lot of them, it's not the truth, okay? A lot of them, it's lies that they will present in a way to make you feel good at the end of the day. I'd sooner have a real one who'd speak the truth, okay? There's plenty out there who will lie and make you feel good temporarily and take your money anyway. Some readers have been lying to other people, okay? It's because they can't read certain energies anymore, alright? And for some that's going to be a celebration, okay? So use upskill at the end of the day. Somebody's realizing that somebody else's ancestors really don't play. Somebody else's protective magics are not to be underestimated, alright? Somebody else has breached other people's consent with how they chose to speak. Okay? Viper's Nest in reverse, okay? When it comes to this tool specifically, please respect and credit the nature of its work respectfully. The person who made this tool is a multifaceted person, okay? There was two actually. Mark Ryan and John Matthews, okay? It's a tool that not many people use, alright? It is a limited edition which people find hard to get their hands on, okay? I am honoured that I do have diaspora family in Australia, okay? And I am honoured that I'm able to combine it with my Irish ancestry and my other tools, alright? So yeah, and this was a gift and something I hold dear day and night. I have not charged anybody money or taken gifts for this tool, you see. Somebody else has actually used this tool in a way that has non-consensually made the creators not happy. Oh my. This message took a turn. And apparently this is a hefty burn. One moment please, I'm being told to pull out the book. It's going to turn into bibliomancy, okay? Apparently I'm also got to say that ADHD readers who are intuitives, who engage with integrity, but also struggle with it comes to books specifically. The intentions and the energy does a lot, okay? Going back to the Spanish, apparently I need to say un momento por favor, s'il vous plaît. And yes, that just flipped into French at the end, okay? Make it make sense today. 7 of bows, clearance. A worn, broken and splintered bow rests on the ground. 6 half-prepared bow staves stand to one side. A bonfire burns off timber waste. The smoke curls through the trees and up towards the sky, but the flames are bright and small showers of sparks light the evening sky. So why is it that small sparks of fire light the evening sky? There's deeper ancestry at play, okay? Ireland and Australia have a lot of shared ancestry at the end of the day. Some people have utilised this tool in a way that has made other people feel uncomfortable by how they chose to speak on it, okay? And I did not intend to deliver this message in this way, but I am a guardian and a protector of community, okay? Somebody has an issue with their sobriety, which means that these channeled messages that this reader's giving are inaccurate, actually. Not always. Depends on the frame of mind, you see. This person has not been doing the work in order to be the type of universal source that they want to be. I'm being told to split the deck, okay? 5 of Hours, frustration, okay? This person is frustrated, okay, because their spirit team are starting to turn away. And the reader doesn't know what to do about it at the end of the day. They're trying to fight other people who use this tool rather than doing the work for themselves, okay? This is not the way. This is not the way. And I'm so sorry that I'm being asked to speak on it today. Thanks for the mew of confirmation, Ash, okay? Why is it that this person is not doing okay? Page of Stones, links. Somebody is being belligerent and trying to present in a way that means that they don't have to do the wound work, okay? This is a wounded warrior out on the battlefield on the front lines, okay? She's not okay. She's not okay, and I'm so sorry, but I'm being asked to be somebody who'll deliver the message. The frustration just came back out again, okay? And the 6 of bows, abundance, okay? Somebody is losing clients. Not my issue at the end of the day. Skills and the stag, what's coming out to play? Somebody's losing her intuition, alright? She needs to do more shadow work. And from that side, she's been hiding from the fight. Journey in reverse is what's coming back to me. She needs to look into her own ancestry. And she has been breaching consent and reading somebody else's energy. Explosion in reverse is me and my community. This woman has been blocking somebody else's creativity while also taking those messages and downloads and perverting them and presenting them to the person who has been asking to read on this energy. She is breaching consent of tarot, actually. Hermit wisdom comes in many ways, you see. Apparently I'm okay because I read energy that is presented to me. And I don't go pulling on people. This is why I've been reading a lot of the enemy. Because they won't just leave it be. They've become hooked on being able to control certain narratives, which is not the way, respectfully. Oh my goodness. We've got divination abuse going on, okay? Fuck. Pardon my language today. Instruction in reverse, okay? This person is also an intuitive, but she is working in a way that is counterproductive, and she hasn't done enough sitting in other people's peers and spaces in order to be able to understand the nature of how she moves, okay? She has been harvesting and pulling from a small community without their consent each and every day. Her collective feel uncomfortable, okay? She's taking advantage of other people's good nature. But they are stopping giving her donations, okay? They're no longer giving her donations. The Great Bear. In the upright, you see. Caves are important and significant, respectfully. And the polar bear in Ireland is a very big symbol for me personally. This person is trapped in a mental health entrapment that she tried to throw at somebody else, another practitioner, and it has failed, actually. She got paid money. She didn't get all of the money. And she's no longer having her offerings accepted in certain capacities. I'm not going to talk on the offerings specifically, okay? I don't want to have to speak on this, but apparently I'm going to have to do it, okay? Sometimes being a dedicant works in many ways, alright? Sometimes being a protector means that you will call out other practitioners when they're not doing it right. This is why I was emotional at the beginning of the message, okay? She has forced a wedge between other people with how she chose to play. I hope she's going to be okay. I hope she's going to be okay. For some of us have had significant journeys, okay? Because the journey's in the upright for the readers on the right side, alright? This person has significant shadow work to do. She has been hiding in the light. She's been hiding in the light. She has done deeds in her past which aren't right. And she has run out of options when it comes to setting certain things to right. She is in a different country, alright? Can I ask for a clarification? Because I don't want to be this type of person that's going to be hurting other people, okay? Indefinitely, because apparently this needs to be put to rights. Happiness in reverse, you see. 10 of vessels. She has blocked other people's happiness, okay? She made herself an authority when it came to somebody else, which wasn't alright. She interceded with somebody else's happiness, you see. The sun sees all, respectfully. Her shadows are going to have to come to the light. Her shadows are going to have to come to the light. Yeah, because the next one out you see is Tree of Jealousy. This person is jealous of somebody else's natural abilities. This person is jealous of somebody else's capabilities. And this person is jealous of somebody else's appearance as well, apparently. Swan and Pole Star, okay? But the person that she's jealous of doesn't wish her any harm, okay? The person that she's jealous of actually wants her to heal, alright? She's not doing her traditions proud with the way she's moving currently, okay? Let's hope that she'll be able to figure out a new way. The Blasted Oak. Yeah. Somebody is realizing that somebody else is a part of a significant walk in life, you see. And yes, some of us, our traditions are still being aligned energetically because of how other people have treated certain people specifically. Working with diaspora energy is not easy, okay? There's a lot of generational wounds at play. Some of us do have quite strong protection, okay? Pardon me. And some of us do have quite strong intuition at the end of the day. And some of us have more work to do, okay? This is part of being an honest reader, okay? A teacher is always learning, alright? And sometimes the worst student will teach the teacher that they need to look after themselves first, okay? Insecurity in reverse, okay? Ran in the upright, which is an ancestral message, you see. Somebody has interfered with somebody else's destiny. Someone has tried to wield a weapon that is too slippery. Somebody tried to destiny stop or destiny swap a significantly powerful energy. They wouldn't be able to handle it respectfully. Someone's struggles are going to be less because they stepped away and let somebody else deal with her own mess. And that is a side quest, I digress. But I care about communities, okay? I'm part of many at the end of the day. Ecstasy in reverse, you see. This is what happens when readers breach spiritual consent for money. Do you wander in the upright, okay? A new cycle is beginning for some today. For when it comes to certain writers and readers and actors and friends, you see, some networks know of certain people. Chills on the right side of my brain, respectfully. Especially those who understand and appreciate GDPR. They're the ones that are recommended to continue studying and more. The green woman in reverse, you see. This woman hasn't tapped into the medicinal nature of traditional required therapy. I've worked on both sides of that wheel, okay? Some solutions are required outside of traditions, but she needs to look deeper, okay? Transition in reverse. This reader has biases. And yet she's trying to read on an energy that's part of a minority. And thinks that she is the authority? Apparently not. The Woodward. From woodwards to woodworms and bookworms, you see. Be careful when you use tools and give them the credit and respect they're due respectfully. You would be surprised. The creators of certain tools and items do create protective magics energetically. that if people take advantage of them, those tools will become disempowered intentionally. And some of them, accidents will happen, unfortunately. I am blessed that some of my tools still work for me. You know, I ended up actually getting rid of my oldest tarot deck last year because of fuckery. Which was international fuckery, and that person knows exactly what he did, respectfully. Eight of Vessels, rebirth in reverse. Yeah, somebody's not getting a new beginning, okay? In his own lane, he didn't stay. And this man is not a good one when it comes to consent at the end of the day. Apparently we're calling out multiple practitioners. This one doesn't use this deck, okay? But he interrupted and intervened with a particular reader who's in the upright. And yeah, his tools are getting disempowered today. He's a divination abuser, okay? The World Tree in the upright, okay? The Moon on the water in reverse. Somebody wasn't willing to solidify new timelines, okay? Because they were afraid of the potential power that would be at play. I'm being told if you're a chicken, don't cross the road at the end of the day. Queen of Stones in the upright. For when it comes to queens and stones, you see, sometimes the biggest queens with the best stones are part of the LGBT. And some of them are non-binary. The Shaman in reverse, okay? Somebody weaponized a darker tradition. It's black magic's in reverse, okay? Please respect hoodoo and voodoo practitioners on the right side of things, okay? You don't get to do certain things indefinitely without being impacted, okay? 2727 when I glanced at the timer, you see. Some of them will use numerology and angel numbers while also doing dastardly deeds. Nefarious indeed. Pick your path and purpose with deliberate care, people, please. Six of Bows in reverse. Yeah. Some people aren't going to have the abundance, okay? Because they try to manifest by unaliving somebody else. And they didn't get away with it, okay? Some people, their own deities are disgusted with them today. And their own communities. And some of them their own structures and organisations. Somebody's going to jail, somebody's being excommunicated, and somebody's being kicked out of a secret society. And somebody may actually need to go to hospital, actually. Stoat in the upright, okay? Sorry, I just had a pop in my right ear. One moment, please. I'm being told to split the Nefarious deck. Diabolical, pull out the double standard deck for the haters to get wrecked. Pardon me. Apparently I'm calling in the ancestors of the Irish team who are willing to work with me specifically. Thank you for your protection and clarity. I see you, I honour you, I respect you. And each day I use my skills, I do so to honour you. And no matter what name I use, past, present or future, you see, sometimes the way to be yourself is the key. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you see. Accept compliments with grace and dignity. Some people had an issue with other people getting any compliments in any kind of way. They wanted them to not have any success in any dealings at all. Lessons and blessings come in many ways, it's true. Keep pushing past the hate and choose to elevate you. Wake up and smell the coffee. Someone who is chewing on you like a toffee, let them choke on your success respectfully. This is a follow-up from a reading I did on TikTok, which was 11 seconds today. Apparently this is a spiritual checkmate, okay? So sorry. You are healing ancestral trauma by just being you. Keep cutting cords and pushing on through. This is part of the problem, okay? Some people see other people healing ancestral lines and feel betrayed because they haven't been the ones to do it, okay? You can't do that work until you heal yourself first, okay? Trust me, it's a long, hard road at the end of the day. Hi, Bonnie. I love you. Hi, my dear. You can tell I'm emotional. This is not an easy one today. All right. Thank you for the support, okay? Going back to the Wildwood Tarot deck, okay, which I'm honoured to own. All right. And I see the weaving of how it moves, okay? It's a beautiful tool and the artwork is stunning at the end of the day. Boredom in the upright, okay? Somebody's trying to force somebody else into boredom, you see, in order to stop them from having any forward motion because they are a hater with privilege, unfortunately. The audacity to think that you can control somebody else's life indefinitely. Clearance. Cut your cords, do what you need to do. If you're on the right side of me and you. There's got a lot of people who are going to have a hard L sit down with themselves, okay? These people have soul work to do. We all do at the end of the day. Someone's feeling salty and raw about that, okay? But you know, this is what happens when people treat others in certain ways. We walk away. And we keep walking away. And those who feel smug because they achieved it, they're not going to be healthy and happy at the end of the day. Healing it next, you see. Jealousy and greed and wounds to be healed. And feelings that need to be filled. That was a terrible pun, okay? King of Stones, Wolf in reverse, okay? For when it comes to wolf in reverse, in this case specifically, somebody is feeling emasculated by somebody else's upskilling their energy. The hooded man in reverse, okay? This person was not wise in how they chose to move, okay? This person lost somebody who could have been a deep, deep friend for a long time at the end of the day. All because they chose a pretty face who had a whisper that was a lie at the end of the day. No, this person didn't have the clarity and they didn't have the authority when they spoke on certain people, okay? Knight of O's hawk in reverse. Yeah, because those that are wounded hawks don't know what they're talking about, respectfully. And those that are stuck in the past are too worried about previous situations and not staying in the current situation and giving people the opportunity for growth and development, respectfully. So yeah, not all hawks know what they're talking about, okay? I'm being told, get it from the horse's mouth if you want to know anything in relation to certain people, okay? Frustration in reverse. Some people are frustrated because others aren't, okay? This is a game of past the panic attack of an energetic nature, okay? Because somebody is not as knowledgeable as they thought they were. And some people are scared that other people are more knowledgeable than they actually dared. Rest. I think some people need to give it a rest when it comes to what energies they're pulling on, okay? Sound is not going to be good for some people this year, alright? fulfillment in reverse. And that's the truth, okay? But those who are harvesting off certain energies and giving them nothing at the end of the day, and being told enjoy carving the turnip, alright? Getting blood from a turnip is not easy when it comes to money, okay? Vessels, 6 of Vessels reunion, potentially. Somebody might have a reunion with an energy. And some people won't, okay? This is a collective general reading at the end of the day. Some people, this is a timeline split. This is a timeline split. Okay. Joy in reverse, okay? Timeline splits are never easy at the end of the day. But this is what we have to do in order to unwind and unbind people who try to soil other people and sully them in a way that's going to not be okay. And yeah, somebody's going to lose creativity because it was never theirs to begin with, okay? And they'll probably just go and steal it from somebody else because that's what thieves do at the end of the day. And no, those people don't get the guardianship and the cosign when they actually take and take and take and harm me and mine. Especially when it involves crime. Decisions in reverse, you see. This is what they want to do. They want to force people where they make bad decisions and choose lesser options and choose systems and choose things that are going to hurt creatives over and over again and leave them with nothing. Respect in the upright, you see. Respect creatives who are on the right side of the wheel. There's one of my favourite authors, alright? And I've already pre-clocked the next release of a certain series, okay? I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but it will happen. Part of the reason why I like this author, okay, is that he accidentally became a famous actor while trying to learn to be a better writer, okay? And his debut took 10 years. But he did something amazing and new with genres I hadn't seen before. So please respect creatives who will work long and hard before they put certain things on front stage, okay? You don't know the lengths that it took for people to get to that point, okay? Someone tried to get you in trouble with the law. They wanted to reverse victim offender. They feel salty and wrong. The forest lovers out next, you see? Because this is a timeline split, some people will have happiness, okay? Those that are on the right side of the wheel will have happiness, alright? Those who aren't, though, will be mourning. This is part of what happens when people pitch each other against those who are healed and those who won't heal, okay? The wheel keeps turning at the end of the day. Queen of Bows and hair in reverse, you see? I'm being told, lay down the chaos energy. Yeah, this one is going into spiritual limbo, actually. Excuse me, I've got a direct channel message coming in, okay? Margu stepping in. One moment, please. For when it comes to hexes and goblins, you see, and ducks that know they should have been on the right side of certain people respectfully, you're going to have a certain kickback of a hell of a show. Because this is what you did to people who said no. Somebody is going to find that they destabilize their own platform. Somebody is going to lose a partnership and their children are not going to respect them anymore. Somebody is going to find that he has a lot of therapy to do, okay? And somebody else is going to find that she's not going to have the bookings that she wanted at the end of the day. And the one connected to that one, you see, is going to need to actually potentially do significant work in the premises respectfully. And a certain machine that's used is actually haunted, okay? That soul doesn't want to be abused anymore. Let it go away. I'm being nudged to say you're healing ancestral trauma just by being you. Keep cutting cords and pushing them through. This work isn't easy, okay? And I've been doing it in a quiet way where I get to do the energetic realignment so that other people can save face, okay? Don't say I'm not a high priestess at the end of the day. Knight of Stones in reverse, horse in reverse, okay? Yeah, somebody tried to say that somebody else was a crazy horse each and every way. And somebody's like, yeah, but you are only leading a certain small community, so that doesn't make you a community leader. Okay. But yet you would deny me the access required in order to access things, and you would fight me each inch of the way while trying to say that you support it. Make it make sense. Double standards, okay? The devil is in the details, you see. Review the terms and conditions. Seek advice if needed by a subject matter expert, please. What do you do when those are the ones that are causing issues, okay? Sometimes you seek a higher guidance. Storyteller at play. Eight of Bows, Heartfire in the upright, you see. Respect the elders in the community. And respect the creators who create the curriculum you teach respectfully. And respect the communicators who tell you where to go so you can learn more respectfully. And respect those who have done the therapy. Two of Arrows and Justice in reverse, you see. And respect those who deserve to be paid for the pain that they received and the public humiliation and the deceit. This is part of the ones that'll grieve. Because certain people who don't have emotional maturity, okay, they'll only grieve when they get hit in the pockets at the end of the day. Two of Stones, Challenger in reverse, you see. Somebody wasn't up to the challenge when it came to certain energies specifically. The Stag in reverse, okay? Yeah, somebody tried to force somebody into a situation where they would be forced to not be a strong person so they could be discredited, okay? Balance out in the upright next, you see. I weep for the people who did this to others like me. And I weep for the people who you did it to as well. And for those who are cynical, I'll weep when you go to hell. And I'll weep for those who I've predicted the deaths of, you see. And I'll weep for those who chose to be my enemy. And I'll weep for those who chose to deceive me. And I'll weep for those who left me. Page of Stones, links in reverse, you see. Sometimes the strength is in the vulnerability. It was 4415, okay? Which is the number 5 on 144 all of the way. Two of Vessels, attraction, okay? Some people will always have options and people who respect them, okay? And anybody who tries to take any potential partners from anybody else, it's the wounds, it's the wounds, it's the wounds. How could you do that? Why is that okay? In the words about Bianca Del Rio, not today, Satan. Not today. Ace of Bows, spark of life in reverse, you see. Clowns, right? Clowns. Some people are going to feel like clowns, okay? Because this is a timeline split. Going back to that, okay? The mirror isn't always kind. The mirror is sometimes a frame of mind. The mirror is sometimes a soul you try to bind. When you try to mirror other people to the point where you want to be them and don't want them to exist, you're not well. And some of us are shifters, okay? But that doesn't make us bad people. Some of us shift in order to be able to deliver messages from beyond the steeple. Some of us, it's got to do with shifting into energy so that we can actually pass messages on. You know? Mediumship means that you sometimes have close encounters with spirits on the other side. Alright? Shifters can often move energy to bring it into the upright. Shifters are very powerful, you see. So yeah, be careful when you speak on shifters. Sometimes we're the ones that are keeping other people from being upside down and behaving like a clown. And sometimes we're the joke that fixes a frown. The Green Man. Somebody's realizing that they've been unkind. This is a masculine healing energy, okay? Has more anti-bias work to do. Let's see if he's up to the challenge on that one, okay? I'm being told that he's slightly on the right side of the time split, but he's gonna have to do some work in order to be able to figure out how to make that energy sit. It's his wounds as well, okay? He's dealt with the wrong type of shifters, alright? Shifters of personality who gaslight. Many of us have dealt with those too, you see. And many of us have had people force that energy onto us so we would mirror it so the other person could escape accountability. Sometimes reading the residual energy is also what happens when people are triggered into trauma responses. They'll behave like the predators who hurt them respectfully. Endurance in reverse, 5 of Stones. Someone is realizing that someone else could be a very valuable ally, alright? And could help them access other divination tools to help them put up a fair fight. This person is going to have to learn to respect this other person, alright? I'm being told money doesn't make the man, okay? And late life circumstances don't make the date them any less valuable, okay? This is a collective energy reading, okay? Take what you need and leave the rest where it needs to go. And for anybody who wants to know, and likes how I read, my name is Ro. King of Arrows, Kingfisher in the upright, you see? Not all messengers are men on the spiritual path, respectfully. And not all messengers are women either. Some of us are really good at sitting in the in-between spaces, okay? Liminal paths aren't easy, but they're powerful. Be careful how you choose to play. Ancestors in reverse. This is on the other side of the timeline split, okay? The person who had there's 4 practitioners who are going to lose ancestral support by sound, okay? unless they do hefty reparation works in order to uplift the one that they downcast, alright? And I'm being told for some they won't do it, but there's going to be a 10-year cycle of a fight. And it will be setbacks that will happen in their own lives, and they can't blame the person that was the target, you see. They chose to pick on the wrong one, respectfully. This is the last card in the deck, okay? Eight of Stones, skill in reverse, okay? And this has got to do with many people being at many stages when it comes to the battle royale of the ages. I'm being told that wings are significant, okay? And antler horns at the end of the day. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we always had the chance to upskill, okay? Wouldn't it be wonderful if each and every time that we engage with our tools, we learn to be a better person, okay? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we wouldn't have to be forced to be the top peer in our sphere, and that we could have other people to help push and pioneer? Wouldn't it be interesting if we held those people dear? Going back to the antlers and deer, you see. And for the deaf community, it's reindeer. Or falta, respectfully. I'm going to try and wind out this energy, okay? Some of it was quite heavy. Again, this is a timeline split, okay? I've got an electric blanket on and my cat sitting on my lap. Ancestors, deities, spirit team specifically, thank you for helping me to clear out this energy. I ask that anybody who requires to do further healing, okay? Especially the readers who are not okay. Please, can I ask you to dig into the soul work required, okay? You're hurting the people who care about you the most at the end of the day. And you're forcing other people into situations that make it really unsafe, okay? And you're forcing people who other people miss into seclusion, which is not okay. Please consider tools and treat them with the dignity they deserve. And please consider the deities and the paths that other people serve. And please consider, if you're going to do cybercrime, your ass may get served. And please consider that sometimes the gratitude is that when the backfire happened, you managed to swerve. Because put out what you are willing to accept back, you see. Loss of life is never to be wished for, if you ask me. Sometimes it'll happen, okay? And sometimes it is justified in a certain way. I have previously said I believe in autonomy and euthanasia respectfully. The dragon eating itself, allegedly. But both of those instances involve the person themselves being the one to make the decision, okay? And anybody else who tries to make that on behalf of somebody else is not well at the end of the day. Excuse me, it's coming up to 5 on the timer, you see, which this is a long message. The audacity of somebody. I'm being told that I need to do a satirical end on this one, okay? For when your name is a type of cheese, you see, do you blame me for being lactose intolerant, respectfully? And when you treat certain sites with a lack of dignity, are you surprised that your ancestors don't want to know you respectfully? I'm being told watch out for the substance usage with that one, okay? And for the person who had somebody else pass away, I am so sorry. And I think your energy says you're doing amazing, okay? Going back to the elders, alright? Just because I don't sit in certain spaces anymore doesn't mean that I don't read energy anymore. And it doesn't mean that I don't see how other people behave in a certain way. Be careful what attention you crave, okay? 5550 on the term EC. Excuse me, I'm going to close out this energy. Duna samako gasunus a stroke mosha de holetalon on togaram to crearum. For when it comes to timeline spits, you see, and when it comes to vipers who spit poison and people who don't respect autonomy, you better believe the Maragu herself is going to work with certain energies in order to say you don't control, respect, sovereignty, and autonomy. And for those who are on the right side of herself, okay? I know I am unconventional, but sometimes that's the way. Because some people need to be able to be put in check, you see, so that other people can have their cultivated space respectfully. And some people need to see certain things that other people don't, alright? This is how you have a network. And I'm being told, don't let it get to a point where the doctor has to get into the fight. Don't do it. Don't do it. I just heard a practitioner go, screw it. Yeah, walk away. Walk away. It's probably safer at this point, okay? For those who like how I read, okay? Thank you. And, you know, I know people aren't seeing my content, and that's okay. Going back to the fulfillment in reverse, okay? I am not doing it for humans who don't appreciate it, okay? I am doing it because it's part of my purpose and energetic realignment. Yeah, somebody else is getting put into confinement. Sloan, good night. And for those who are upright and in the fight in a good way, keep going, okay?